to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. 7 people have been killed in an air attack on Russia's Belgorod region on the border with Ukraine. The attack also left at least 35 people injured. Regional Governor Vyacheslav Gladkov blames the strike on Ukrainian forces, saying it launched drone attacks which hit minibuses transporting workers to a meat production facility. Officials said other areas in the region also came under attack in the last 24 hours, with residential buildings damaged. The Belgorod region has often been targeted by Ukrainian forces since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. The deadliest strike so far occurred in December when a drone and rocket attack killed 25 people and wounded 100 others. The European Union Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell is calling on EU defense firms to boost arms production for Ukraine, saying frontline troops lack artillery ammunition. Speaking at the EU-Ukraine Defense Industries Forum in Brussels, Mr. Borrell says the bloc has to move quicker in ensuring that Ukraine is provided with all the necessary aid it needs. He also lauded the long-awaited aid passed by US Congress, calling it positive news.
It happens because Ukraine lacks air defense and artillery ammunition. And we have to increase our capacity to deliver the military aid that we promise. The decision to support Ukraine as much as the postponement of the implementation of this decision have consequences, now and tomorrow, for Ukraine and for us. They should guide our strategic thinking. We should be more strategic on thinking what are the challenges that Ukraine is facing. It's a matter of responsibility for the Europeans. Our ability to deliver more and quicker missiles, artillery ammunition, and aircraft systems more massively and quickly to Ukraine is a matter of life and death for thousands of Ukrainian civilians and their military personnel. It's our security which is at stake. Yes, the military aid passed by the US Congress is much needed. That's a positive news, but we have to do our part. We have to do our part. We have to integrate the Ukrainian defense capacity from the industrial point of view with ours. And in concrete terms, this means particularly to promote joint procurements between Europeans and Ukraine defense industries. There is a lot of capacity in Ukraine. They need funding. That's why this forum gathers us today. It should serve to identify concrete opportunities for joint initiatives between Ukrainian and European companies, boosting the Ukrainian industrial production, helping Ukraine to rearm, and funding it. You are more than 140 firms coming from 25 different member states. Everybody here knows what is at the stake. Then let's lose time and get out of here with concrete proposals, concrete matching between one side and the other of the big alliance between the Europeans and the Ukrainians. The purpose is to make Ukraine able to resist invasion by boosting the industrial capacity, using what they already have, increasing it, by funding it, and by buying their production. Technology in one side and financial capabilities in the other side have to be together in order to make the Ukrainians able to have the military capacities to resist.
Meanwhile, European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen says the bloc is counting on China to use all its influence on Russia to end the war in Ukraine. She made the comments at a trilateral meeting in Paris with Chinese President Xi Jinping and French President Emmanuel Macron. Ms. von der Leyen is confident that China will continue to play a significant role in decreasing Russia's nuclear threats, although the West accuses China of helping Russian President Vladimir Putin wage war in Ukraine.
We had an open and honest exchange and discussion on points where we see eye to eye and on points where we have differences. And our topics range from geopolitical issues to climate change and, of course, our economic relations. Now, together with President Macron, the first topic where we exchanged views on was the geopolitical situation. We especially discussed Ukraine and the conflicts in the Middle East. We agree that Europe and China have a shared interest in peace and security. We count on China to use all its influence on Russia to end Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. President Xi has played an important role in de-escalating Russia's irresponsible nuclear threats, and I'm confident that President Xi will continue to do so against the backdrop of the ongoing nuclear threats by Russia. We've also discussed China's commitment not to provide any lethal equipment to Russia. More effort is needed to curtail delivery of dual-use goods to Russia that find their way to the battlefield. And given the existential nature of the threats stemming from this war for both Ukraine and Europe, this does affect the EU-China relations. The EU-China relations is a complex relationship. We approach it clear-eyed, constructively and responsibly, because a China that plays fair is good for all of us. At the same time, Europe will not waver from making tough decisions needed to protect its economy and its security.